Hey, Jeff here. So, had a few things come in this week. I figured I'd do a quick video this evening. It's all rainy outside, so hey, let's hunker down and keep warm and do a video. Anyway, first off is the winnings. Had some winnings this week. So, I don't know if you watched the contest that Bill had over there, the through the years, or where you had to go through and talk about albums that were significant in certain years and things of your life. Anyway, I didn't win that contest, but secondary contest he had was for a second copy of Odessa that he had, and I acquired that. Nice and velvety smooth. Anyway, so sorry Steve, but I won this. But anyway, so this came in and I was excited to see that he also had thrown in the Bee Gees Rare, Precious and Beautiful. So I got a double shot of Bee Gees. Of course, this is already a double vinyl, and then this is a little bonus there. And they're both from the early 70s, so this was exciting. I think that came in early in the week. Then this came in. This was ordered a while back, and it finally came in. But I got a copy of Light Force Mystical Thieves. I've seen one or two other people show these. This was just recently reissued on vinyl by, was it Soundmass, which is an overseas company, and then retroactive. Yeah, this is Rose. Yeah, Soundmass and Row, reissued overseas, and Retroactive Records and Rocks, I believe, both got a handful of these in to carry in the U.S. and they sold out really quick. And I got one of these, and here it is. So this came in. They are, if you're not familiar with them, this is the band that bassist Steve Rowe was in. And then the second release they did, which was a cassette demo type release, was the Break the Curse, which ended up really being the first Mortification. Totally different. This is kind of got punkish sounding lyrics, kind of a power metal type thing with kind of punkish, kind of an odd, interesting thing, but really cool album. And then they kind of, I don't know if they broke up, but I guess the bass player, Steve, became the singer and bass player and got a new drummer, and they went on to do the a cassette, totally radical, different change of sound. I remember back in the day when that came out, I kind of reviewed it in my magazine at the time. I wasn't real favorable to that style, kind of bashed on that, but really kind of said, look, Light Force has the sound of what it is, and this band sounds nothing like that. So if a band is going to drastically change members and sound like that, they really should change their name. Don't know if that had any influence on it, but shortly thereafter the band changed their name to Mortification, and that's a band that everybody knows today. He went on to do many, continues to play Mortification stuff. But this is before Mortification. This is Light Force. Light Force has had a cassette prior to this, and Battle something. Anyway, it was just announced recently that it's actually coming out on vinyl also very soon, so that will be really cool. And it was, it was kind of independent, not really demo quality, better than demo quality, but independent release. But it should sound good, coming out on vinyl. So I was really excited about getting that, and looking forward to getting a new one. Now, next up was some stuff that I purchased off of one of the Facebook groups. And these are just, fairly common things, but the price was right, so I grabbed it. I got the first Lita Ford Out for Blood. Now, back in the day, I bought this when this first came out, but I had the original cover with the, the big spiderweb chain, and she's kind of dressed there and breaking a guitar, and it's got guts and stuff. But anyway, so I wanted to go, I went ahead and grabbed this cover. First off, it was the one they were offering, but I never had this cover. I think I had it on cassette, but I had the original on vinyl. So I thought it'd be interesting to have it. The back and everything's the same. But anyway, price was right, real good condition. And they also picked up another one with a chick on the front, with a sexy chick on the front. Hurricane take what you want. This is, of course, the EP, and the same guy was selling this one, and the price was right. This was actually unopened. It was a cutout, but it was in the shrink and everything, so I opened it, and so I could give it a spin. So anyway, wanted to grab a couple of those great 80s things. Now, interesting, another one of those, I get these two in there, and part of the stiffeners that were in there, he's one of those ones that do in a couple albums, which I guess would be considered to some people, throwaway albums. Anyway, Glenn Campbell's Greatest Hits. I pulled this open, looked inside of it, and found that it was in excellent condition. Excellent condition. I mean, shiny. The cover itself is kind of, just kind of looks like it's been treated, got a little bit of ring wear, some dings and stuff. Vinyl was amazingly clean though. Threw this on, and there's so many songs on here they already knew, because this is the kind of music I grew up listening to, because this is the kind of stuff my father grew up, made us listen to back in the day. So General on My Mind, Wichita Lineman, Try a Little Kindness. There was just songs in here I'm like, this was really good. So not a throwaway at all. This is as Steve would say, all vinyl lives matter, and this one was a welcome receipt when I got that in there. And then on the other side was a old Loretta Lynn album, still in the shrink, though open. It's Loretta Lynn's Greatest Hits, and the vinyl in here was also in really good condition. Back in the day, it only cost you $3.77 to buy this. When was this? I don't even know if it had a date on it. Had to be in the 70s. Not as familiar with her stuff. Probably might know some of the songs. Haven't had a chance to spin this one. I immediately, after pulling this package open, and this came the same day as the Bee Gees. Actually, I think all of these came on the same day. I threw Odessa on and gave both of those a spin, and then the next one I spun was not the Light Force, was not the Hurricane, was not Lita Ford, but I spun this front and back and was very pleased with that. Hadn't had a chance to spin this one yet. Again, I knew his songs, but I did not know exactly what songs I might know in there. All right, the other package was from a friend who was moving some vinyl and gave me first dibs on it. I got the 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence by Dream Theater. Now, and this is like on orange vinyl. It's really neat. Double disc. One of the videos I did recently on the the albums, you couldn't do without, basically. This was one of the ones that I had chose. It's one of my favorite Dream Theater albums. It's a double, so that gives you twice as much. So it was very good. So, the fact that he had this and was selling it at a very, very, very good price, I jumped on it. I did drop the needle on this, and it's a music on vinyl. It just sounded perfect. Not a pop. I mean, it just sounded so smooth. Anyway, this was new, still in the shrink when I got it. You get a couple albums, like in the last video I did, was talking about the new Dream Theater that just came out last week. This came in a couple days later. It's kind of like, you buy one and you're like, okay, I better start to, whenever I can grab one for that collection, grab it. So that's why I got another Dream Theater album at this point. He also has the Queensryche, the newest from Queensryche. And this one was, I want to say this is mint. I don't know if it was played. It may not have been a shrink wrap. But anyway, it's a single disc, but it is a gatefold. Really nice. The new Queensryche sounds really good. I'm a real big Jeff Tate fan. But even with him gone, this really holds up. The last couple with the new singer Todd have been very, very good. And this is one of them. And then, of course, you got to go back and have the very first Queensryche. Just glad to get this. I mean, this is what started it off. This is a gold stamp promo, too, which, if that means something to some people. Very good condition, but I remember buying this album back in the day and playing it to death just all the time and singing and running around and singing to it. Anyway, this album, EP, blew me away. And, so having it on vinyl is great. Now, he sent it, but I guess it hasn't arrived yet, and that is the previous Queensryche to this one. Human Condition, I guess, and it's the box set, which I'm waiting for that. It's I was surprised he had that and surprised he was letting it go for a good price, but it's like on 2 yellow vinyls, and it's got extra songs, and it's a box set, and it's got extra pieces, and I think it's anyway. I'll show that soon. It should be arriving soon. It was in a different box because it was bigger. Anyway, so and then I have some other things that I was hoping to have arrived today. Kind of a little frustrated that they didn't come today. They came out today, and I assumed since I pre-ordered them, they'd be here today. But I'm going to hold those. They haven't come yet, but that's okay because I was going to do a separate video for that anyway. So anyway, that's about it for now. I just wanted to kind of catch up on some of the things happening this week and share what I had. So thanks a lot for watching. Talk to you later. Rock on.